Just ask for you to make some general comments about the match before we get into questions.
Well, I mean, they got the player sent off right at the beginning of the game. The 10 men remained very, very organized and proved themselves hard to break down. And the longer the game went, of course, they're always in the game at 0-0. And first half, we failed to take our chances, and then we got the penalties. So.
Stephen, it seemed after going a man up, patience was sort of the name of the game. It looked like the guys were just trying to break down, tire out Guadeloupe before going forward. What was the approach that you saw going a man up?
Yeah, I thought, we didn't want to change what we had set out to do. Just be patient. It was very, very hard. Make them run, keep the ball moving, and sort of make them do the bulk of the running. And just be careful not to get caught on the counter attack. So, just wait and wait for your goals.
I wanted to ask if you were surprised by the physical nature of the game, especially considering that Guadeloupe was 10 men down in the second half.
Well, I'm not surprised. They're a very athletic team, as I said, well organized, and we knew the players that like to set the tone with the physical part of the game. We were sort of prepared for that, and that's why we wanted to move the ball and not get into a situation where you really can be tackled or hit. So we were prepared for that.
Stephen, it looked like, especially in the first half, you mentioned the difficulty taking the chances. How do you think that the heat played into the final third, where the crosses seemed a bit off and then the finishing, like you mentioned, was a bit lacking?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get the opportunity to see any of the replays. I thought when we did enter the final third, we were still playing at the same speed as the build-up. We should have played faster and looked to get in behind them, play crosses earlier, sort of mix the game up. And we started to do that a little bit better in the second half, a little better movement as it cooled down. But the heat was a factor.
Talk about your next match in Kansas City. You obviously want to avoid. You want to be in second place to move on. How important is it for you guys?
Oh, of course, it's essential. Panama are a beautiful team going forward. They have a nice attack, and we've got to be aware of that. Don't let ourselves get exposed. They want to be in the same situation as we are, depending on what happens here. So, I expect that game to be very technical, and hopefully we can put everything together and not just parts as we have been.